Antifungal, antimicrobial, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, anti-aging. He's the king of the jungle. We're going to be talking about Ginger's cousin, King Turmeric, and he will raise your vibrations fast. You can also refer to her as the queen because in the Sanskrit word Kanchani simply means the golden goddess. That's what this herb is. It's been used for over 4,000 years. You seldom find an Indian kitchen without this noble herb. It's being realized more and more by researchers proving its efficiency for fighting its stand in healing against even the most nastiest of diseases. Each and every part of the turmeric plant is beneficial in its own ways, including the oil. If the oil is extracted correctly through a supercritical extraction where no heat has been involved in the extraction of this oil can be wildly healing. And towards the end of this video, I'm going to share with you the recipe of how I make my turmeric longevity elixir, and I'm not joking about that. There's not much that it really will not do for your vibrations to increase them. If you press into the turmeric, you can begin to reverse and heal many of these conditions that we're suffering from. Remember that all forms of our sicknesses and our diseases are simply inflammation. If we figure out how to decrease the inflammation and detoxify, and see, that's what the turmeric is going to do for you. It is scientifically known as curcuma longa. The essential oil is extracted from the root to the bulbs of this Indian saffron. It's anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, it's a natural analgesic, it's of course an antioxidant, antispasmodic, it's an antiseptic, it's a diuretic, it's anti-allergic, it's digestive, it's an astringent, it's good for all cardiovascular health. It's a stimulant, it's an appetizer, it's anti-tumoral, very beneficial for all cases of cancer, AIDS, HIV, Alzheimer's, urinary tract infections, hemorrhoids, gallstones, sexually transmitted diseases, genital herpes, hepatitis C, liver problems, and any problems of the skin. Ayurveda suggests the use of turmeric in using it for everything. Put it in everything, as many ways as you can take this divine root. It's going to then increase your vibrations, and I can't stress enough how much you need to be taking this to heal your condition, and you need to be taking it in as many different forms. It's very difficult to absorb, and I'm going to get into that in a minute because most of it never passes the digestive tract. There's only between 2 and 5% curcumin, which is the active component in turmeric that is going to bring out and harmonize the other phytonutrients that it's combined with, because it's the active component. It's very little is in the turmeric, but just enough to activate and to really reverse some damage. Very high vibe this turmeric is, but see, we've got to get it to stay active in the body longer than the present half-life of the curcuminoids in the system, because it hits certain receptors and it simply doesn't hit them long enough, and we need to be doing daily doses of this. This is something taken at regular intervals can really work to remove and reverse some of these horrific ailments and inflictions that have been inflicted on people. I'm talking about Lyme, Morgellon, these horrific diseases. Western medicine is quick to give all of these a label so they can prescribe a prescription drug to go along with them. And as we have learned, the word pharmacology comes from trickery. And this is toxifying your liver. And see, we have to reverse the damage that we've done to our liver. We have to clean out our colon to heal our body. Your colon and your liver are interconnected to every other part of your body, and currently we're sick because they're toxic. We're consuming acidic forming food that increases the overgrowth of candida fungal issue, and now we've got parasites from the bottom of the feet to the crown of the head. We like our sugar. We like our sweet things. We like our starches that turn into sugar, and this has created this overgrowth of candida fungal parasitic issue. This is inflamed mucous membranes. This is inflaming the body. This is inflaming the temple, and this is the reason we are sick. So to heal your condition, you want to press into the raw, live, vibrational amino acids. This is all that fuels the trillion of cells in our electric body. That's all. We have been programmed to consume this low vibratory dead food for too long, and we need to awaken to what fuels the cells in our body. You're sick now because you're lacking nourishment, and this turmeric will nourish the body. It's going to provide nourishment to all of the body. And it's going to do it quite rapidly. Unfortunately, it just doesn't stay active in the body very long. So this is the reason why we need to just keep hitting our sickness over and over with as many, in my opinion, as many different forms of the turmeric as you can get it in. And I make a paste. I make an oil. And I will share with you how I make this oil. And I make a milk with it, with coconut milk, and I do all kinds of stuff with it. And of course I juice it. The number one thing that you can do, which I usually have it growing over there, and I do right now, but it's just not ready to be harvested yet, so I didn't want to pull it out of the dirt. But you need to be growing this yourself. It looks just like this, except it's a little darker oranger color. And he's a cousin to the ginger. The gingerol has the gingerols, and turmeric has a 6-gingerol in it as an active component, along with many other divine phytonutrients. We're talking about some high vibrations here, and they're going to work synergistically to increase your vibrations. If you have any type of pain or inflammation, you can put this oil directly on location, and it's going to take some pain and inflammation. This is going to really help your skin too. If you learn to make this oil that I'm going to share the recipe to, you can apply this directly to your face as a little anti-aging corrector, because it's not only going to tighten the skin, but it's going to help to even out the skin pigmentation issues that we have. I was very, very toxic for years, and I had a lot of hypo and hyperpigmentation issues. I had some white spots even on my skin, as well as dark spots, and sun damage. I was sun damaged because I was slathering all this toxic sunscreen on my face. And so when I detoxified and went all raw and started juicing, and I woke up to the fact that it was the live vibrations that fueled my cells, I wanted to reverse a lot of these inflictions that I had placed upon me, and I did it with this root right here. And if you can't get the organic turmeric root at your local health food store or grocery store or farmer's market, try to get it at your local farmer's market. You can get the powdered form. Of course you can. But please know that as soon as this is exposed to light or heat or air, it's going to start to lose some of its phytonutrient components. It's got very little of these active components, these fiercely active components in it, and they help activate the other components. And when we expose this to light or air or heat of any type, they start to lose some of their potency. So I'm not really a big fan of all of these, even in a glass jar. See, this one's processed correctly. It's not heated to such a degree that renders it ineffective, and not all herb companies are going to be like that. So don't just buy this from don't expect your turmeric in your cabinet right now to take care of your issue, because more than likely it's not going to. You need to go out and buy some fresh root, and you need to juice this bad boy, and you need to juice it in abundance as many times as you can throughout the day, combining it with ginger and black pepper. And the piperine and the black pepper is going to extend the curcuminoids in the rhizome of the turmeric. It's going to extend this, and it's going to make it last longer in the body, and it's going to disperse it further through the body. It's going to get past the stomach, it's going to get into the digestive tract, and this is when it starts to repair. This is when it starts to cleanse and purify. It's first going to cleanse and purify. Then it's going to repair and regenerate. That's exactly what it's going to do, and that's what it's. She is the golden goddess. He is the king. And this is for a reason, because it's going to take care of just about every ailment that you have, and I can't stress that enough. If you are sick in any manner, get serious with this. Get serious with this king root. Let me get into some specific benefits. It's very good. It's a very good protector against cancer. Its research has proven and shown that the essential oil of turmeric increases the level of glutathione S transferase GST, and augment carcinogen detoxification in the body and effectively function as a perfect cancer-preventing force. It is a cancer-preventing, free radical scavenging, immune-stimulating. If you extract the oil through supercritical measures, not using too much heat, this is wildly the most potent form. And then juice it, and you will start to get rid of some of these inflammations that we have. I can't stress that enough. It brilliantly assists the digestive system, along with just tasting really good and preserving the other phytonutrients in the various things that we consume, because it's very, very protective. It is, in Germany, it's known as the German E Commission. E has allegedly proved the use of turmeric for treating digestive disorders. It stimulates the mucus element in the gastric juices, and it aids in curing irritable bowel syndrome, ulcers, constipation, and other chronic digestive disorders. Turmeric essential oil strengthens the digestion, and it eliminates the toxins that are stored in the GI tract. This is going to kind of act as the root, and it's going to kind of act as the essential oil video for this. I'm going to do probably 2 or 3 more videos on this root, so just get ready for it. I'll do one specifically on the oil, but this is going to kind of cover it both. This is just a basic introduction here. I want to get more into the mechanisms of action in further videos. It's wonderful for the skin. It's a beauty secret. Queen, since prehistoric period, knew this. Turmeric will protect your skin daily from harmful free radicals. It gives your skin a flawless, fair complexion. It's in many of the products now used to treat wounds, eczema, wrinkles, pigmentation of skin issues, pimple, acne, psoriasis, cuts, burns, and other skin infections. So just use it by itself sometime. Let me show you what I make with it, because I can't hardly stand to keep this a secret any longer. Not that it is, but this is my mixture that I make. And let me just tell you how I make it, because you can notice I keep it covered. I'm serious about that. The light and the air start to affect some of these precious enzymes, so you got to keep it covered. But I will juice about this much of it, and then I will heat it. I will simmer on the stove, and this has got a copper bottom. I've got a copper plate that I put this on, and this is all glass. And this just sat on the burner, and I simmered it. I simmered coconut oil. I put in 4 or 5 scoops of coconut oil, and then I will put in a couple of scoops, 3 or 4 scoops of the dried powder. You're going to want to experiment with it only using a little bit. This is an advanced type concoction that I'm going to share with you, because this is a miraculous elixir of longevity. I combine the raw, unrefined, unheated coconut oil. We're just going to lightly simmer this. We're not taking it to a boil. Then you're going to combine however much of this you want to use. Start with just a couple of teaspoons, and then build up to using more and more. And then I will juice a whole root of turmeric and ginger. And I will also juice a little bit of the peel of the lemons, because we need some of that citric acid to preserve. If you're wanting to store this for any length of time, you need a little bit of the citric acid to preserve some of these other phytonutrients that are in it. And then it's been proven effective that the curcuminoids stay active in the body a lot longer with the piperine from the black pepper. So you're going to want to grind up. Usually what I do is I grind up a few peppercorns. I will grind up 15 or 20 peppercorns or more than that, and then I will also put in I put in the already ground up, because I have some store-bought black pepper that somebody gave me that's organic, and so I'm using that as well. So I put some of that in too. But then I put in a few drops of the essential oil. I usually put 4 or 5 drops of the black pepper essential oil. Now this is just my concoction here. Don't start with all this. And then I put in 15 or 20 drops of frankincense, King Frank, the sacred frankincense, the one that is pure, the one that is extracted properly, and the one that is going to be most effective for your vibrations. The boswellic acid and the frankincense combined with the curcumin and the turmeric, and the gingerols and the ginger. We're talking about rapidly rocking your vibrations. You can apply this oil to your face. You can apply it to any part of your body that's hurting. You can apply it to your scalp as a hair growth stimulator. It's going to stimulate your scalp. It's going to be very good for any dry scalp conditions or dandruff. Now, of course, this concoction is going to stain everything. So just a little forewarning with that. I mean, I have certain healing sheets that I sleep in, and they get a little stained up, and I just keep them rotated. But there's certain nights where I will just kind of apply some of this concoction to my scalp, to my face, and I'll just have pillowcases that are just lightly stained, and I'll just keep these washed out and just continue to use them. And they're not my everyday sheets and pillowcases, but I do have some I use just specifically for this, so that's a little helpful tip, because this is going to stain everything. And most of the time in the evening, I will even combine this concoction with the sea buckthorn oil, and this is even more extremely nourishing to your skin, to your scalp, to your hair. Sea buckthorn is a beauty berry. It's got the omega-7, which is unique to it, so experiment using the turmeric with the sea buckthorn and also the nigella sativa. Usually I will take this concoction. If you're really sick, you can take what I just mentioned to you 2 or 3 times a day, 4 or 5 times a day, 6 or 7 times a day, 10 to 12 times a day. I mean, once you discover what the curcuminoids can do for you, you're going to want to continue to press into it, and you're going to want to keep it active in the body throughout the day, because you're going to notice when it wears off. You can juice the ginger and the turmeric and the basic juice blend, apple, carrot, lemon, ginger, beet. Use 1/4 of the beet to start, because we need the beet to dump the toxins from the liver, but build up to using the full beet with the beet greens, and then start adding ginger and turmeric in it. And if you have pain or inflammation, this is going to quickly take it away. And I mean that in all reality, because I've seen this happen with many, many people. No one has reported back to me that it just hasn't instantly took care of their issue. And I'm talking about the organic root. You say, well, I don't have access to the organic. Well, you need to get some seeds and start growing this, because it grows in very, very small spaces. And if you're sick, you need to become a farmer to heal your body. Don't rely on what someone else is growing to heal your condition, when we can do it ourselves. And we can infuse the soil with the pulps from our juicing and shungite-infused water, and we can just make this really nutrient-rich soil, and we can have these divine medicinals ourselves. And you can do this in small spaces. So save up money from a dead enzyme meal that you were going to consume, and just skip this meal and save your money and buy some seeds and start growing this. Because if you can grow the ginger and the turmeric, this is going to take care of your issue right here, folks. Let me get into more of the benefits of it. I want to read this to you. I want to read some to you, because I've done much research on this. It's been effective in treating everything. Okay, it's one of the most studied, over 7,803 studies, I believe, to be exact, but I could be off, so don't hold me to that, but something like that. The Latin name for turmeric is Curcuma longa. It's known as curcum. It may be known as the yellow one, Indian saffron. It's native to South Asia, particularly India. Notice people in India never get sick. They don't have cancer. They don't have breast cancer and all these horrific things that us Western Americans do. No, because they have things like this. And we need to press into these for these to effectively rid our condition. There are two main varieties of turmeric, one with hard, rich-colored oval rhizomes called Lakandi Halad. That is used mostly for drying, and it's a softer variety, larger, lighter color with longer rhizomes. That one is mainly used for eating. So there is one that's a little darker color, and it's typically not the one that is the one that we consume. But there are two forms of it, and I thought that was important for you to know because you might experiment with both forms. I think that both of the roots are exceptionally well extracted through a proper essential oil extraction method. And this can be the most potent form of it. Turmeric became valuable to humans when it was discovered that the powdered rhizome preserved the freshness and nutritive value of the foods. It's used in most curries. It has amazing preservation properties. Turmeric played a vital role in the survival and sustainability in South Asia and was valued more than gold and precious stones. It's been used for centuries in India, 5,000 years. It's been called 49 different names, including yellow, brilliant, night, the golden goddess. It's an ancient healing elixir of longevity is what it is. When you combine it with a paste with neem, it's going to get rid of ringworm, itching, eczema, other parasitic skin conditions. Neem is wildly effective for this. Combined with the turmeric, oh my goodness, yes. If you've got fungal conditions, you can experiment with combining this with oregano, with clove, get some of these phenol oils with the eugenol that help open up these receptor sites and combine the turmeric with it, and it's gonna take care of you. Turmeric has hundreds of molecular constituents, each with a variety of biological activity. There are at least 20 molecules that are antibiotic, 14 that are known cancer preventative, and 12 that are anti-tumoral, and 12 that are anti-inflammatory, and yet there are at least 10 different antioxidants. One database presented over 326 known biological activities of turmeric. The rhizome is 70% carbohydrate, 7% protein, 4% minerals, and at least 4%, which is the most important part, essential oils. It also has vitamins, other alkaloids, and is about 1% resin. The active ingredient in turmeric is curcumin. Although in its raw state, turmeric only contains between 2 and 5% curcumin. Curcumin is the substance that's responsible for the biological activity of turmeric. Combined with black pepper, it becomes 2,000 times more potent. The active properties of curcumin are best called protective properties. The same components that prevent deterioration of food products protect the living tissue from degenerating, possibly extending the lifespan of our bodies. Clinical and lab research indicates that diets that include turmeric or curcumin stabilize and protect biomolecules in the body at the molecular level, which is shown in its antioxidant, anti-carcinogenic action. These components may work by protecting a person directly by shielding the biomolecules, or indirectly or by stimulating the natural detoxification and defense mechanisms of the body, helping the body to heal and preserve itself naturally. Current statistics show that 98% of all diseases are controlled by a molecule called NF-kappa B, a powerful protein that promotes abnormal inflammatory response. Excess of NF-kappa B can lead to cancer, arthritis, and a wide range of other diseases. Studies show that curcumin subdues this, meaning that it may work to prevent nearly all diseases from afflicting our bodies. Scientists are just now discovering this. In both India and Pakistan, where turmeric is a dietary staple, they boast much lower incidence of cancer than in countries where turmeric is not regularly consumed. It fights cancer in 3 ways. It neutralizes those substances and it contains and conditions which cause cancer. It directly helps retain its integrity if threatened by carcinogens, a substance showing significant evidence of causing cancer growth of cancer cells. If a tumor does not grow, the curcumins can often destroy it. If a tumor does grow, the curcumins can often destroy it. There are many reasons why turmeric helps to destroy cancer. One of the keys is this ability of curcumin to inhibit that enzyme, which is required for the replication of cancer cells. It works. That enzyme works within the nucleus of the cell, where it first binds to supercoiled DNA and then catalyzes the passage of the DNA of one DNA helix through another via a transient double-stranded break. This splits the DNA and thus allows cell replication to occur. Stopping this enzyme replication, which stops the spread of the problem. Curcumin is also one of the most studied natural cyclooxygenase 2, which is COX2 inhibitors. It blocks this enzyme, and this is beneficial because the COX2 enzyme helps make carcinogens more active in the body and allows cancerous cells to survive by growing new blood vessels. In essence, curcumin completely blocks the formation of cancer-causing enzymes, decreasing the likelihood of cancer cell formation or growth. How wonderful is this information? I mean, are you comprehending all of this? And I'm saying, holy cow. Curcumin is also rich in antioxidants, where important disease-fighting substances that can help clean up unstable oxygen molecules, which are free radicals, that can damage cells and cause disease, such as cancer. Other antioxidants and COX2 inhibitors are red grapes, green tea, rosemary, and bee propolis. That's just a little helpful tip there. Videos coming up on all those. I've already got one on rosemary. Even when more natural methods are used to treat cancer, turmeric curcumin still helps to increase the effectiveness and decrease some of the side effects of cancer treatments. Current research suggests that including curcumin in the diet, and see, the curcumin, what I was pointing out to you was there's not a whole lot of it in this root. So we've got to extract it properly so that we can stimulate the curcuminoids in the body all through the day, all through the day. The curcuminoid receptors, we need the curcuminoids to stimulate these, and it's going to run this master antioxidant free radical scavenger. The glutathione S transferase, it's going to stimulate this, and see, this is what we need to heal our condition, but it's not going to last very long. Half-life of even a most potent curcumin is 45 minutes. So, figure out ways where you can extend it, and then figure out ways where you can take it in multiple forms throughout the day. Don't start with loads and loads of it. Guys, I can't stress that enough. Build up to using more and more of it, because when you really get hardcore with it is when you're going to really start to notice some difference. And by this point, you're going to already be clean and detoxified. Your colon and your liver is going to be clean. And now we're going to get in and work to rid some of these extremely parasitic conditions. We've got parasites in the brain that we've got to get rid of, and this root is going to help to do it. It's a powerful anti-inflammatory herb. It's been shown to be helpful in the treatment of arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, injuries, trauma, stiffness, from both underactivity and overactivity. So it's going to be good for any kind of muscle recovery. It's also helpful after surgery to decrease pain, inflammation, and accelerate healing. One study conducted in 1986 showed that a doses of 1,200 milligrams of curcumin a day was more effective in reducing post-surgical inflammations than either the placebo group or anti-inflammatory medication normally prescribed. In India, it is considered the standard anti-inflammatory. The yogis use it to help keep their tendons and ligaments free from injury and to assist in the energy in the body. This is going to help balance these vibrational vortexes within the body. We've got about 13 of them, and we need to balance these to heal our condition. They've all got to be in harmony. You've got to start at the base where we're locked down, and we've got to work your way up to the pineal gland. This is the steps to heal your body. And the raw fruits and vegetables the phytonutrients will take care of you. Some sources suggest that curcumin is most effective for acute inflammations and not chronic, but I'm going to tell you it's good for both. Many sources recommend turmeric for arthritis, but the scientific evidence is still unclear and much more research is underway. See, they don't study these herbs correctly. If you studied them like I explained how to make it, you would find that this would obliterate most of the situations that we have in the whole world. This is the king root here, and it's going to take care of you. She is the golden goddess, and this is for a reason, and this has been known for a long time. This isn't any new information. Western medicine is just now trying to catch up to this, and they're trying to synthesize this so they can toxify it and make money on it. But just grow this yourself, and we'll be set free from all of this nonsense, because we can all become farmers and just trade the food back and forth. We can harness the energy divinely and freely from the air. Of course, Tesla taught us this. He harnessed the energy from the air and from the water. And so we don't need to be relying on anybody for anything, really. When we harness this energy correctly, we can provide electricity for ourselves, and there's people out there now that can do this. All of this is being suppressed, of course, to keep us enslaved. The turmeric also protects the liver from toxins and pathogens. It is known to destroy toxins in the liver and to rebuild the liver after a toxic attack. Turmeric increases the secretion and movement of bile and may prevent all forms of liver disease. Excess use of drugs and alcohol can tax the liver and lead to liver diseases. One study showed that curcumin blocks some of the harmful side effects of cigarette smokes and prevents dangerous chemical formations after eating processed food. It's also wonderfully healing for the treatment of food poisoning. Juice it with some potatoes if you're food poisoned. Raw potatoes. Get you a wild yam and juice it with the wild yam, and or any potato really. It's going to also work to pull out some toxins in the body, because potatoes are divine that way too in the raw forms. Of course, we can't heat this or cook this in any manner. It's no longer good for us. And that includes the extraction of this oil. All of these companies that are using steam distillation, heating some of these phytonutrients to such a degree, these are not beneficial. I'll do a whole other video on the supercritical extraction that needs to be done on some of these divine essences, because we're not extracting these things properly. And then how then can we expect these to increase our vibrations? And it's kind of my pet peeve. So I'm going to tell you just to grow this root yourself and make this. I make my own paste. What I was telling you about down there, in addition to having the juiced form, it also has, I will take the root and I will grind it up. Let me just show you. You can make this oil yourself, guys. This is a slate stone down there, and I will use that, and I will break a rhizome of this off, and I will just scrape it back and forth, and get you a spray bottle. Have a spray bottle close by, and just keep spritzing this down, and then put this oil also in the pan. with all the other forms of turmeric. And you can also just do it this way, just to make the essential oil of it. To make just the pure essential oil of it, just combine what you're extracting from rubbing it over your preferably a stone board, with a little coarseness to it. Nothing artificial, of course, to extract this. So no plastic cutting boards to rub this on, because this is not going to be good. Just know that. But then combine it with just the black pepper and the coconut oil, just to make the pure oil. I mean, start with that, and then work into a more aggressive measure like the concoction that I shared with you. Because when you can get to combining the ginger with it too, and you can extract the ginger the same way. You can take the ginger and the turmeric and just rub it over that slate board, and just do this for about an hour, hour and a half, and keep spraying it down, and keep wiping all of that oil down into that pan with the coconut oil, and you will make a powerful healing elixir. Now cover this, put this in a dark colored jar with the seal on it, and keep it away from the light and the air. Protect it with some shungite. I usually, in that concoction that I just showed you, I had 5 or 6 shungite stones in there to preserve some of these precious enzymes. But it's also very wonderful to purify and nourish the blood and the skin. External application stops pain and swelling. It heals wounds rapidly. It's used to treat many skin diseases ranging from acne to leprosy. Classic way is by using it with a little bit of sesame or almond oil, a little raw honey. It's wonderful to combine with manuka honey for your face. You can combine it with aloe. It combines really well with aloe. I mean, this is going to help clear up your skin blemishes. It's going to increase the natural glow and radiation of the skin. Combine it with olive oil, beeswax, tea tree, aloe, turmeric, arnica, slipperyelm, red clover, thyme oil, vitamin E. These are what you're going to want to experiment with this with for your skin. You can make yourself a wonderful healing wound salve that's also anti-aging. And I want to challenge you to start putting frankincense with it. Since turmeric is bitter and anti-inflammatory, it's excellent for hot skin diseases, red rashes, especially wet eczema. It's a very warming oil. Turmeric essential oil mixed with citronella, tulsi, vanillin works as a powerful insect repellent and is a natural alternative to all of these harmful toxins like DEET. Studies have shown that these things that they're wanting us to put onto our skin as anti-cancer preventative measures are carcinogens. They're carcinogenic. This is cancer that we're slathering onto our skin, so we need to stop supporting this stuff, and we need to stop putting it on our skin. Make everything that you put on your skin, and if you wouldn't eat it, you don't need to be putting it on your skin. Including all the makeup that people are wearing. Divinely, you can use these dried roots to put on your face if you feel like you need makeup. That's what they did in the ancient days. We're slathering all this toxic stuff on our face, and it's turning you into somebody that you're not. Lay off all of this artificial makeup and let your true divine radiance shine through. And you have to know yourself to allow this to happen, because currently we're all in a mode of pleasing other people, and we need to get out of this mode. And we need to detoxify our body. We need to set our soul free. We need to we need to get in oneness with the birds and the bees and the butterflies and the trees. You got to take your shoes off and get connected with the soil. Get connected with the sun for the vitamin D synthesis and the decalcification of the pineal gland is going to provide. Get in rhythmic patterns with the earth and the sun to silence some of the noise in the mind. This is how you heal your body. When you can silence this noise, your mind can heal your body. And the turmeric will help you to get there fast. It's going to purify, it's going to detoxify, and it's going to raise all of the vibrations. That's what it does. It's very good for protecting the liver. It protects the liver from toxins and pathogens. It's known to destroy. I'm sorry, I just read that. Another good liver remedy for the combining with the turmeric is milk thistle. Imagine combining the turmeric with an Essiac blend with sheep sorrel and slippery elm and rhubarb and these divine burdock. Combine it with other blood purifiers. Combine it with liver detoxifiers such as the milk thistle, and you're really going to work to repair some of the damage that we've inflicted on our liver. Our livers are toxic, and we've got to reverse the years and years of we have most people have liver fluke parasites, and they don't even realize it. And see, we've got to rid these from the body. But it's a very protective. More than anything, if you can use this before you get cancer, it's going to help you not get it. But if you've already got it, you've got to get real aggressive with the turmeric for it to work to rid your condition. You've got to really press into it. We need to be working where we don't get these conditions. We don't get cancer. We eat all raw and all healthy, and we won't get these horrific things. It's very good to purify and move the blood. It's wonderful to help remove stagnant blood while stimulating the formation of new blood cells. Turmeric regulates the menses, decreases the intensity and pain of menstrual periods. Very good for uterine tumors. It's a mild uterine stimulant, and it has many actions on the liver. This suggests that it may assist in balancing hormone levels as well. It also plays a role in pregnancy and birthing. Traditionally, it's said that taking turmeric when pregnant will ensure that the child will always have beautiful skin. However, turmeric is a mild uterine stimulant, so just know that. I mean, use common sense. You're not going to want to use a lot of the oil if you're pregnant, but just a little bit, just as you're eating things as a spice, I think is beneficial. Turmeric can taken in the last 2 weeks of pregnancy in warm organic coconut milk or coconut oil or something like this will help to expedite a simple birth while increasing the health of the mother and the child as well. Turmeric is also an analgesic pain reliever. It's sometimes used in natural childbirth to decrease pain. It can help. It also has special action to help the entire gastrointestinal system by increasing the intestinal flora, and it helps to generate a healthy digestion. We've got to balance the internal flora in our gut to heal our body. Your gut is in direct correlation with your mind and your brain, and we've got to heal this. It's traditionally used for weak stomachs, poor digestion, parasites, abdominal cramps, to normalize metabolism, to help digest protein and breakdown of fats, to increase absorption and the ability of the stomach to withstand digestive acids. It's also very good for decreasing gas. A voluntary research study showed that it's very balanced, and it does not aggravate many of the other conditions in the body. In 1989, a double-blind study, the participants and researchers did not know which groups were taking the herb or the placebo. Conducted in Thailand, 500 milligrams capsules of curcumin were given to 116 adults suffering from indigestion at 6 different hospitals. Stunning results showed that 90% of those taking curcumin felt full or partial relief after 7 days, while 53% of the placebo group felt relief. Another major use of turmeric is support of the respiratory system. As an antioxidant, it protects the lungs from pollution and toxins. It also helps the oxygen transfer from the lungs to the blood. It's used traditionally to get rid of coughs and to treat asthma. It also supports the heart in many ways. A study conducted in 1992 shows that turmeric may assist in the lowering of cholesterol and preventing the blockage of arteries that can cause heart attacks and or strokes. Animal studies have shown that when turmeric lowers cholesterol levels and inhibits the oxidation of LDL, which is the bad cholesterol that's responsible for clogging the arteries. When LDL becomes oxidized, it creates deposits in the walls of the blood vessels and contributes to the formation of arterial sclerosis, which is hardening of the arteries. Turmeric also prevents platelet buildup along the walls of the injured blood vessels, another common cause of blood clots and artery blockage that can result in heart attack and stroke. Studies are also underway regarding turmeric's believed benefits in treating and preventing neurological diseases such as MS and Alzheimer's. This belief generates from a realization that elderly Indian people who eat turmeric on a regular basis are far less likely to develop these ailments than those who do not eat it. In fact, Alzheimer's disease is 4.4 times less common among older adults in India than it is in the United States. It's been noted that people taking anti-inflammatory medications for arthritis are likely to develop Alzheimer's disease. Since turmeric possesses such a powerful anti-inflammatory action, scientists speculate that it most likely will have a preventative effect on such disorders. More research is needed in this area to prove such theories, of course, because they don't study these things correctly. New research also suggests that turmeric may play a vital role in fighting AIDS and HIV, particularly type 1. In a recent study, Advanced Scientific Research, Bangalore, India, when scientists fed curcumin to HIV-infected cells in the laboratory, the virus stopped replicating. Several studies have shown that people who have HIV and AIDS are deficient in many antioxidants and minerals. This is a nutrient-deficient state. It's believed that the powerful antioxidant properties of turmeric help combat this disease. Curcumin's antioxidant properties will protect your DNA from the ravages of the virus. It's also antimicrobial, so it will help prevent many of the opportunistic illnesses associated with HIV and AIDS, says Dr. Susan Kowalski, which is a naturopathic doctor in Norwich, Vermont. In a study at Harvard Medical School, research showed that curcumin prevented the replication of HIV by blocking a specific gene that activates the virus and causes it to spread. Another study showed that it may help decrease the reproduction of HIV. This is currently a major topic of research, so we can look forward to updates in the near future regarding this. So stay tuned in this channel. As soon as more research comes out on that, I will be reporting that. But how divine is this information? Look up that study. That I'm telling you, it's going to stop the replication of a lot of these horrific things. It has stood the test of time. It has been worshipped and revered by people for centuries. Today, it's still one of the most powerful roots to provide healing. Very good for it. It's also been researched at helping to prevent breast cancer from spreading in the lungs in mice. It may prevent melanomas and cause existing melanoma cells to commit suicide. It reduces the risk of childhood leukemia. It stimulates this apoptosis is what it does, which is the death of the cancer cell. It's a natural liver detoxifier. I'm sorry, I just already read all of that. Let me make sure that I covered all the things here that I wanted to cover, because there was something else that I wanted to tell you about it. Yeah, let me just read this. One of the most incredible things about the turmeric is that its phytonutrients actually attract electrons, which may lead to the long-term protection of cells. The electrophiles present in the turmeric prevent the oxidation of lipids, which may in turn result in protecting our skin cells and glowing radiance. The oil is the most potent form of it. If you can figure out how to extract just the curcumin, just the essential oil from this, oh my goodness. Yeah, stay tuned for part 2 and 3 on this, because I'm going to get deep into the mechanisms of action with this and how this can heal the body, because it will. It will. Press into this, take it in as many forms as you can. I challenge you to juice it 2 or 3 times a day with ginger in the raw form. And then in between juicings, take a little elixir like I taught you to make. And this is really going to work to correct and repair some of these conditions. Press into the turmeric. It's going to take care of you. Have a great day. I appreciate you staying tuned in that long. I didn't mean to go that long, but I was just flowing. You know, I sit down to make these videos, and I just have to flow with what I feel. And I'm serious about this root and ginger. If you'll get serious with these, they're going to get serious with whatever condition you've got. Press into them, and they're going to take care of you. Press into them in all manners. Juice them, diffuse the oil, apply the oils to the body. You can apply this turmeric concoction all up and down your spine, the bottom of your feet, the crown of your head. This is going to work to remove some of these parasites that we've got attached. When you combine it with clove, these other eugenol, phenol receptor site opening oils, you're going to get in there. And I love to layer it, by the way. I'll do a concoction of clove with jojoba along my spine, and then I will put this concoction that I've made over here along my spine after, and you're talking about serious condition reversing and just inflammation decreasing. It's really going to help remove some of these extremely parasitic conditions. I'm serious. And then if you're also taking this internally several times a day and applying it topically, don't worry about your sheets getting stained up for a little while you're healing. Press into this. It's going to take care of you. Have a great day.